On a cold February night in 1978, 5 young men from Yuba City, California, vanished into the snowy mountains of Plumas National Forest. They were headed home from a basketball game, but they never made it. What happened to them became one of America's most baffling and tragic mysteries, often called America's Dyatlov Pass. The men, Gary Mathias, Jack Madruga, Jackie Hoot, Ted Weiher, and Bill Sterling, were all friends, part of a local program for adults with mild intellectual disabilities. They were known to be close-knit and rarely ventured far from home on their own. Their disappearance sparked a massive search, but the winter weather was brutal, and hopes of finding them alive quickly faded. Days later, their car, a Mercury Montego, was discovered on a deserted, snow-covered mountain road, miles away from their intended route and deep in the wilderness. The car was in perfect working order, with enough gas to get them home. The doors were unlocked, and a window was rolled down. Inside, wrappers from snacks they'd bought were scattered about. But the men were gone. Why did they abandon a perfectly good car in the middle of a freezing night and walk into a snowstorm? This was the first of many questions with no clear answers. The search continued for months, but the harsh mountain conditions yielded no clues. It wasn't until the snow began to melt in June, nearly 4 months later, that the forest started to reveal its secrets. A group of motorcyclists stumbled upon a remote Forest Service trailer about 20 miles from where the car was abandoned. Inside, they made a gruesome discovery. It was the body of Ted Weiher. He was wrapped in 8 sheets, as if his friends had tried to keep him warm. He had starved to death despite the trailer being fully stocked with canned food and fuel for heating. The cans were all there, untouched, except for one that had been opened with an Army-style P3 8-can opener, something none of the men were known to carry. Bizarrely, Ted's own shoes were missing. Instead, he was wearing Gary Mathias's leather shoes, which were too small for him. This discovery only deepened the mystery. Why would they starve when food was readily available? The trailer's propane tank was full, meaning they had access to heat, but it was never turned on. Outside the trailer, the remains of 3 other men, Bill Sterling, Jack Madruga, and Jackie Hoot, were found scattered across the rugged terrain. They had succumbed to hypothermia. The 5th man, Gary Mathias, was never found. His sneakers were inside the trailer, but Gary himself had vanished. Some believe he may have walked off, trying to get help, and perished somewhere in the vast wilderness. Others wonder if he met a different fate. Over 40 years have passed, and the key questions remain unanswered. What made them drive up that remote mountain road? Why did they leave their car? And most hauntingly, why did they not use the supplies in the trailer that could have saved their lives? Investigators considered the possibility of foul play, that someone else was involved, perhaps forcing the men up the mountain. Some witnesses reported seeing the men with another car or a woman with a baby that night, but these leads went nowhere. Another theory is that they got disoriented and, in a state of panic or confusion due to their disabilities, made a series of irrational decisions. Perhaps they were trying to outrun a perceived threat, or maybe they thought they were taking a shortcut. The sight of the trailer's light might have seemed like salvation, but once inside, their confusion might have prevented them from understanding how to use the resources around them. The Yuba County Five case is a chilling story of 5 friends who took a wrong turn and entered a nightmare. It's a puzzle with missing pieces, a tragedy that leaves us with more questions than answers. The desolate forest road, the abandoned car, and the well-stocked trailer that became a tomb all paint a picture of profound confusion and despair. The fate of Gary Mathias remains the final, unsolved piece of this American mystery. What do you think happened on that cold winter night? Let me know your theories in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in more unsolved mysteries, be sure to subscribe.